We're about to dive into the one piece of knowledge that defines the human experience more than anything else. It's a secret we all carry, and, understanding it might just be the key to, well, everything. Think about it. Every single living thing on this planet shares a fundamental drive to survive, to run from danger. But there's only one species that carries this constant, inescapable awareness, a secret it can never, ever forget. And that species? Well, that's us. As far as we know, we are the only creatures who truly understand that our own individual lives have a definite end, that no matter what we do, our time here is limited. You see, an animal only fears death when a predator is literally right there, chasing it. But we live with the abstract knowledge of it every single day. Even when we're perfectly safe, that little thought in the back of our minds can create this deep, underlying anxiety. It's a uniquely human burden. Okay, but let's just flip this whole idea on its head for a second. What if this knowledge isn't some terrible curse? What if it's actually the most important gift we've ever been given? To really wrap our heads around the value of our own mortality, let's do a little thought experiment together. Let's just imagine a world where the rules have completely changed, a world with no end in sight. So, what if you knew with 100% certainty that you had forever, an infinite number of tomorrows stretching out ahead of you? What would you do today? Or, for that matter, the day after that? The kind of shocking answer is probably nothing. I mean, why bother getting out of bed? Why learn a new skill, or create art, or even take another breath? If there's no deadline, there's no urgency. We just become inert. We'd stop. It turns out our awareness of death is the very engine that drives us. It's the thing that forces us to make our limited time actually matter. Honestly, it's why you're even listening to this right now. To learn, to grow, to fill your vessel before you go. Okay, so if mortality is the engine, how in the world do we learn to drive? Well, cultures all over the world, from the Stoics practicing memento mori to Islamic wisdom, have wrestled with this. And they all seem to point to one thing: being prepared. In Turkish, there's this beautiful word that everyone is searching for: huzur. It means a deep, profound sense of inner peace and tranquility. But what's really fascinating is where this word actually comes from. It shares a root with the word Hazır, which means ready. And this connection reveals a really profound truth. You can only achieve peace, huzur, when you are ready, Hazır, for any situation. In an immortal world, that means being ready for the ultimate situation, death. So let's make this super practical. You can try this right now. First, just acknowledge it. I am a mortal being. Now, ask yourself, am I using this exact moment well? Let's say you're stuck in traffic. Instead of just staring at your phone, you could really look at the view out the window, maybe for the last time ever. That simple shift, that's everything. And this leads us to an even deeper, crazier idea. We've talked about the body's end, but what about our consciousness? I mean, what exactly is the I that is experiencing all of this? So here's a powerful analogy for you. If you go and smashed your television set, the picture disappears, right? But does that mean the broadcast from the TV station has stopped? Of course not. This suggests a pretty mind-blowing possibility. What if the body is just the television set, a really sophisticated receiver for consciousness to experience this world? When that receiver breaks, it doesn't mean the broadcast ends. The source of the signal, our consciousness, might just continue on completely independent of the physical machine. So where does all this leave us? We've got this engine of mortality pushing us forward, and this profound mystery about what consciousness even is. It all comes together, it all converges on one single powerful point. You see, life is only ever experienced in the present moment. Not the past, that's just a memory, and not the future, that's just an idea. And since death is a future event, it literally cannot exist in the now. The present moment, therefore, is an immortal space. By living fully in it, you are, in a very real sense, immortal. And that brings us to the final thought. This isn't about fearing the end. It's about using that knowledge to truly begin. If this is the only moment you are ever guaranteed to have, what are you going to do with it?